battle for Middle Earth is about to begin.
So it begins.
Somebody's found peace into the abyss! It's my power. Battle of our time.
Welcome to the Zorpazorp Battle Games in Middle Earth Livestream. In this series, we cast our gaze back in time to the roots of our beloved Middle Earth strategy battle game to explore the fortnightly magazine serial Battle Games in Middle Earth. Each episode, we will delve into a single issue, poring over a treasure trove of retro gaming, following in-depth painting guides, terrain tutorials, and some crazy battle reports, all with a modern twist so you guys can enjoy them in your games at home. With each installment, we'll also focus on a release of models that accompanied the magazine, following their journey from painting bench to tabletop, and then at the end of every live stream, they'll be randomly assigned to one of our loyal Patreons to continue their days of gaming abroad, spreading the gospel of Zorpazorp. So, in the immortal words of the magazine itself, let battle commence. Welcome to Zorpazorp Gaming, my name's Lachlan Linton Keane, and welcome to issue number 31 of the Battle Games in Middle Earth livestream, and we are going full Gondor today, baby. We've got some awesome Gondor heroes to paint up in preparation for our absolutely massive, it's just all things Minas Tirith, right here on Zorpazorp at the moment. We obviously had the massive collab drop last Thursday, which were on the main channel, of course, which was saw the first city block finally complete, or at least the building of it, with all of the various YouTubers coming on in, and oh, it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning of Gondor for a while. So we've got some forces to prepare, which is going to be pretty fun. So we've got some special models to paint today, because we've got another big crafting video coming out on the main channel, as well as some really crazy battle reports on that new section of board. We're going to reveal kind of building that big board into the bigger board. It's gonna be wild. So it's all things Gondor for a while. So today what we're gonna be painting up is some pretty fantastic sculpts that have been donated to the channel by one of our fantastic supporters for the Gondor project, Mr. Gorilla Painting Service. I've linked his Instagram down in the description. Mr. Joe Rombouts, thank you so much for your amazing contribution. So all of those orcs and a lot of the Gondorians that you saw in that video that went live last Thursday, they were all sent over by Gel. There was something like, I don't know, it would have been like 150 models, I reckon. Like 80 odd orcs, a mix of Morannons, normal orcs, there's a troll in there, there's heaps and heaps of Gondorians, and he also sent me this box of goodies, which is just like a bunch of random Minas Tirith related blisters or medals or kind of broken up pieces, or some that are intact, and they are sort of like this box of, if you want something to do, you know, there's a big supply of exciting stuff. So we're going to be painting up 3 of those, because I had a little dig through the box this morning, and I found 3 Kings of Men, the original metals, the old school gorgeous sculpts. These came out like during Fellowship era. They are beautiful old Perry Brothers sculpts, and they look fantastic. Now, of course, there is no king yet, because Aragorn's not there, but these guys are just like fantastic Gondorian nobles. So what we're going to do is we're going to paint up these little badass Gondorian kings, and they're going to represent some various nobles of different households within Gondor. And then we're going to assign each one of these 3 to one of our Patreons. They're going to become the Patreon representative of that particular Patreon, and they'll get named after them, just like we do here with all our battle games in Middle Earth Miniatures. If you're new here to this stream, our whole format is that each fortnight we go through one of the old magazines from Battle Games Middle Earth. Today we're ditching the magazines and doing a Gondor special, but it's normally one magazine per installment, and we'll paint up a model and then do a battle report the week after, and we'll give away models, and they get assigned to our Patreons. The models get named after them, they get cool custom stat lines, they participate in the battle reports, the Patrons can tune in live and take control of their mini. We haven't done a battle report in quite a while now, so we're going to have to do like 3 or 4 in a row to kind of bank it all up, because it's been lots of mini painting in and around some terrain crafting. But it's good fun. It's really good fun. So we're going to assign these bad boys to some Patreons. They'll get a nice little name after them. Lord so-and-so. A Lord of Gondor or something. It's going to be fun. So we've got 3 amazing sculpts. Maybe we should do one of them. One of them should be Gel. He's a Patreon anyway. And then that's going to be really, really fun. So I hope you guys are all doing well. It was an amazing collab that went so well, and I think you guys have enjoyed those Minas Tirith boards. I'm going to jump into the chat and say hello to everyone. If you guys can let me know where you're watching from and what you're working alongside, what you're working on alongside me today, that will be sick. I love finding that out, and then we need to start having a think about some different paint schemes, because we've got 3 of these bad boys, so I'm thinking we're going to do 3 slightly different schemes for the various lords. You might do like a classic monochromatic blacks, greys and silvers, the Minas Tirith look, and then like a regal dark blue and a regal cool dark red. That's my kind of vibe, but I'll let you guys throw up some suggestions as well. So let's tune in. Moments the Green Ass, did Broadsword's building come? Not yet, but it's only been like 1 postage day since that video went live, so we shall see. We shall see. The Perry brothers, every type of wargaming thanks to their efforts from the Pelennor to Waterloo. Yeah, absolutely. They have made some amazing stuff. We've got John DeBuono says, Zorpazorp, I made a Minas Tirith wall and invited a friend over to play. When we then posted the pics, and since then have grown our community from 2 to over 20, all because of your videos. That's awesome. Excellent work, John. I love that. That's fantastic. Tab 100 says, I wrote a comment regarding Grimbold Easter eggs under the Grimbold meme video. Oh yeah, so this building, this city, it's not even finished. Like my part of the board wasn't even painted. So all the Grimbold, if we do any kind of fun Easter eggs, they'll be in an upcoming video. But I've got to make a big list of some fun stuff that could be done, because all of those sort of finished details haven't really been added to the city. There's obviously, it's not painted. There's no elements of city life in that build. There was no crates and barrels around the place. It's just buildings and streets at the moment. So I need to do some big sexy painting on that, which I'm going to do later this week, so I can film the battle reports and do some ivy and get some sort of city life in there. So that will be the time to do that. We'll see if I can get it done. Oh my god, so many comments. You guys! Jarl says, for Gondor. Mr. Trogdolite says, Gondor, where was Gondor when the syrup fell? Where was Gondor when 11s closed in around us? I haven't had any breakfast, so that's a cruel comment. A witless halfling entered. Much must be risked in second breakfast. Steven's watching in from the Netherlands. Will we see the first battle in Tubatown? Not today, but absolutely on the main channel. I don't want to steal the main channel's thunder for that epic battle report. Plus, it's all kind of not set up and disassembled behind me, but that's fine. We've got American Midwest. Steven says, I want to see Denethor. No Denethor today, but his noble court. We've got, Shadowkin says, has anyone else got their tomatoes and chicken ready to eat? How good was Beard Clipper's Pelennor tomatoes thing? That is coming back. I just peeled it off so that I could glue the rock molds on. But for those of you who don't know, the Beard Clipper's barber on the main channel, in the collab, he had this amazing billboard that was like Pelennor garden tomatoes supplied to the stewards. It's got like a billboard of these tomatoes with Denethor eating some. Amazing. Tomatoes. Chris Peary has joined us. Jimmy Palmer from the UK. We've got Sploder. Oh, your first stream, Sploder. Welcome to the madness. It'll be pretty chill today. Just painting and hanging out. No insanity. That'll be coming in a fortnight. Darren McWilliams says, "You, Lockie." Morning, Darren. The blacksmith, yeah, it's not here. It's not here yet. Morning, Gelbalad. Ben says, oh yeah, Happy New Year. Yeah, so this is our first stream of 2022. Should be good. James says, and to much agreement with the rest of the chat, says that Eric's building was exceptional. How good? How good was Eric's building? So good. Loved the pants off that thing. They're all great. They were all very, very exciting, but man, that thing was cool. Mark is watching from Calgary in Alberta, up in Canada. We've got Maddie from the Netherlands. Alex from Germany. Just, oh no, not working on anything. Hobby motivation is gone. Yeah, you should try making it a full-time job and then have motivation for hobby. That's kind of the nice thing sometimes. Is like I'm just forced to do stuff because I have to, you know, put food on the table for my family. So, the motivation thing is tricky. Sometimes you just, especially it's like if work is smashing you or whatever, sometimes you just want to like sit down and veg out, and it's really hard to like pick up that paintbrush and go and so it's, yeah, hobby motivation is something that everyone struggles with. I think Benny and Ollie on Benji's Hobbies and Broadsword have both recently done sort of or discussed the topic of hobby burnout. It's really tricky. Live from Phoenix. Live from Chat Refresh. There we go. Ray Zalewski watching from Phoenix, Arizona. Oh, working on some saber tanks for my Sons of Horus Heresy army. Well, Mr. Horus Heresy, have a look at this, but that entire cabinet is now Horus Heresy. Top shelf is Word Bearers and Ultramarine Infantry. Second shelf is Word Bearers Tanks and more Word Bearers Infantry. Third shelf is Ultramarines Tanks and more Ultramarines Infantry with some Imperial Knights. And fourth shelf is Alpha Legion, all infantry. Oh man, let's not get me started on Heresy. I'll be here all day. Love that world. So good, so good. Dan's watching from France. Good evening, Dan. We've got Renga says he likes those color schemes. Fabulous. I think that'll be cool. They're kind of Gondorian with a mix. We like that. Sploder says, I'm still new to games like this. I have Star Wars Legion, but it's fun and I've no one to play with. Yeah, finding people to play with is like the biggest thing. It can be really tricky. There's lots of communities, like Facebook groups for various regions. That's how I've sort of got my way in when I kind of came back to the public landscape of gaming. So yeah, if you're looking for Middle Earth, start on the Great British Hobbit League and then work from there, finding somewhere that is closest to your local region is the best way to do it. Callum's watching from Exeter in England, painting the last Alliance box. Fantastic. After years away from the hobby. Reese is watching from New Zealand, my future home. Fantastic. Working on 1,000 points of Minas Tirith. If you get 1,000 points painted during the stream, I'll be most impressed. DK1 is watching from Germany, painting some Minas Tirith. Fantastic. Oh, nice. Oh, it's Dennis. Hey, Dennis. So, we've got... That's this a new YouTube username. Mitchell is watching from Minnesota. Good spelling. That was a curveball. Maddie from the Netherlands. Maddie Martin Silverstone. Sivertson. Got that. Watching from Norway. Finishing up some Thousand Suns Rubik Marines for Kill Team. Very nice indeed. Yes. All right. Darren wants to know if I remember how to pronounce her daughter's name. I'm going to guess it's Neve. We'll see. Let me know if I got it right, Darren. I love Irish names. They're amazing. Hello from Sweden. Currently working on a Shire diorama for my little brother's Shire army while watching this. That is very exciting. We all know that I'm all about that those Shire dioramas. Tab 100 is working on Rohan's soldiers. Fantastic. Daystro the Dexterous, you're about to have breakfast. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see if any breakfast is brought to me. Otherwise, I'll have to wait till afterwards. Oh, man. Big chat refresh. Sorry if I've missed you guys. We've got people watching from Sydney. Mark says he's so excited to see the first battle report in Tubertown. I'm so excited to play games in it. I think I'm filming them on Monday if I can get the board finished in time. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Saruman the White is painting up 1,200 points of 3 Angels Halls. You guys are optimistic. That's a lot. Jonas is watching from Belgium and working on Sisters of Battle. Whereabouts in Belgium? Bruges is my favorite city in Belgium of the limited cities I've visited. I think I've only visited Bruges, but I liked it. It was great. We trained in, we trained up, we trained back, and we trained out. Yeah, so we only went to Bruges. We like had a transfer in Amsterdam. Not Amsterdam. Town, city in center of Bruges. Warsaw? No, that's Poland. What's the big capital in the middle of Belgium? Brussels. Got there. Shadowkin, Lockie, why word bearers? Because Ultramarines need someone to kill. That's why. You gotta have some zealots to murder. Yes. Kelth. It's all about Kelth and the theater of Ultramar for me. We've got Stephen O is working on another Minas Tirith building with playable insides. Fantastic. Yeah, I need some more playable interiors. And painting the Fellowship, says Dean. Nice work. Sam Thorpe is watching from Exeter, painting Cave Troll from the new Moria set. I've got that thing down there. I've got to give that away to somebody in a week. Yes! Haha! No, I remember, Darren. I was just making sure I nailed the spelling. I remember. Jarl DM says, sitting here painting my cowardly Night Lords. Oh, disgraceful. Disgraceful. I just did the whole... I just read... what's the name of the book? An Unremembered Empire by Dan Abnett, where the Conrad Kurz is all like, to quote my wonderful mate Andy, is Batmaning through McCragg. It's good. Good Night Lord's Primarch action. He gets his... oh, well, I won't spoil it. I won't spoil it. It's good fun. Alright, let's dive into some painting. Dark Lord Raven says, all Horus Heresy armies are Alpha Legion. I am Alpharius. I feel like my 13th brothers are okay. You know, I mean, these are Kelth armies, so the Alpha Legion definitely wasn't on Kelth that we know of. Hopefully not. They do some Ultramarine impersonations later on, though. Any advice for sprucing up the Ruins of Osgiliath set? I actually have never worked with the old plastic sets. I need to incorporate some into the Osgiliath build. So, let's start painting some models. I'm going to quickly throw you guys back to the hold screen, because I need to do a complete put the camera over my shoulder mode thing, so that you guys can see what the hell I'm doing, because I'm going to move it back to the center of the desk today, so I don't get excruciating back pain for the rest of the day. So, I'll be back in a sec. I'll just switch the camera. Hold 2. Oh, hoi hoi, I have returned. Alright, so, look at this. Beautiful setup here. So these are our little bad boys. Let me know, make sure you guys can hear me and stuff. This is way better. Why don't I do this setup every single time? I feel like I'm slowly optimizing my streaming setup, you know, after years and years. Oh, I should move these guys onto the painting handles. You wanna get in focus, bro? So this is number 1. He's kind of got like a little pointy hand and a big sword. He's very exciting. And then number 2, he's got a little hands on hips number and another sword. I don't think any of these guys have armor. It's interesting. They're all cloth. And then this guy. Look at him. He's a little fierce lad, looking exciting. Can you guys see? They got enough light there. Yeah, that should be fine. I don't even have to move the light. Jeez, I like this setup. This is good. Alright, so we are going to need our 3 little dudes. I can see the chat so easily. This is the bomb. Alright, wooden barrel, says Dean. Yeah, that's a good suggestion for the ruins of Osgiliath. Is that a hint of the Minas Morgul terrain spray I spot at the back? It was my white Rust-Oleum and then Duramax plastic primer, which is pretty garbage. It's not good for foam. It dissolves foam rapidly. And then Quick Grip. Do they still sell Kings of Men? I do not think so. I think they went on a made to order recently, but I don't think they're available. So whichever Patreon gets these, or gets whichever Patreons get one of these, you get some pretty sweet. Stuff. Alrighty, Root. You get some out of production rare boys. Alright. A wet pallet, I haven't opened in a long time. Look at this wet pallet, man. I love this thing. I'm pretty sure it's not even moldy. It's not. It's been like 58,000 years since I opened this. Everything is still wet and it's not even moldy. Well, I mean, it's not moldy that I can see. It looks pretty good though. I think we're okay. I've got me water cup. You know, set up my little painting handles here. You can tell I'm organized. You can tell it's week 1 of the stream. Love these painting handles. These things are so good. This is the red grass stuff. It kindly shot me over some painting handles on my sexy new palette. Very, very nice to work with. Especially for filming the whole spinning thing and everything. Alright, I suppose we need some brushes and some paint. So what are we going to do first? That's going to need to come up a little. Oh, but then you see all the mess. I just have to paint lower than normal. That's coming nice and tight. There we go. That should be pretty comfortable, I think. You guys will be able to see nicely. I'll be able to paint nicely. So we've got 3 guys. I think I like the schemes: dark grey, kind of blue. I'm gonna grab some and a red. Let's have a quick look at a reference image for these Kings of Men. That's probably not going to be anywhere near specific enough. Let's type in Games Workshop as well. Oh, here we go. Because I have no idea. Sometimes it's just really useful to be able to look at box art just to see a clear identification of what the parts are. Okay, so there's basically no metal. It's like metal details at the end. There's lots of different cloth layers though. So this is a recent image. I'll whack this into the chat. Oh, wait a minute. I need some clear space. Just shush. Stop. Behave yourself. Let's throw this in so you guys can see, which means I need to get rid of that, and then I need to drag that into that. All right. Success. So this is what we're looking at. So they've done like a kind of mix of different. I hate those schemes. They're all terrible. They're gross. They don't grab me at all. One on the left is pretty cool, but the rest is a bit too meh. So I think what we will do is we will have an accent color on each model, which will be like dark blue, dark red, and then I don't know, maybe even like a dark green. And then we'll have greys and neutrals as our key element. So I'll switch back to live now. So we've got the kind of, it's like outer fabric and inner fabric on every one of these guys. So I think we will... I guess we could do a mix. Oh yeah, we could just do like a reversed scheme for 2 of them. Or we could do one that's completely monochromatic with no pop. Lots of options for us. Either way, I think we're going to start with... Let's start with this guy. He's got a really clear inner and outer cloak layer. Oh god, this guy, they've given him like 4 layers. Or 3 layers on this one. So I think we're going to make him we'll do him the blue. The blue looks good for him. Where's my chat gone? There it is. Oh yeah, yeah, a deep green would be nice. Yeah, these are cool. These are really cool. Alright, so yeah, the paint schemes are nice. They just didn't scream Gondor to me. Which is probably because they're meant to be, they're kings. You know, so they're sort of not trying to have like the scheme of the army, which makes sense. Right, let's get some brushes down here. Sometimes easier said than done. There's one. There's another. Alright, we'll start with some blues, I think. We'll grab my Crag blue, and then I'm going to grab some Abaddon black. Is this a new Abaddon black or an old Abaddon black? New. Oh, new? I don't know. It looks fine. And we're going to mix up some... yeah, green does go well with gold trim. We're going to mix up a kind of blue-grey. Just a blue-grey base coat. Oh, wow. This is a pretty bizarre feeling. It has been, I don't know, months since I painted models. No, it's absolutely not Lockie Studio in New Zealand. No, we're not planning to move until about September, I think. Maybe even later at this point. So we just want a really kind of dark blue. And that is going... I'm going to make this his cloak. Honestly, even this could be... Even this could be too light. No, that'll dry dark. That'll be good. So we'll give him a nice, sexy kind of blue cloak. This is going to be a really fun little paint session because it's lots and lots of fabric. I love painting fabric, just lots of fun wet blending of highlights and stuff. If there's like a little bit of black in the deepest recesses and the color's not getting all the way through, I'm not even that worried. Because it's essentially just like building up those shadows. Although this spray prime isn't the most amazing. Oh, I need to be like there. Is that good for you guys? Yeah, that works. What I might do is stop down and then increase the ISO, so I've got a little bit of a bigger depth of field. Excuse the neon brightness for a moment. There we go. Hopefully that's watchable enough. Let me know if that has absolutely gone disgusting. It's hard for me to tell because I upped the gain pretty intensely. But it means that everything's going to stay in focus a bit better. Oh, yeah, white would look cool actually, but like, don't know if I've got the time for white on stream, especially as they're primed in black. Alright, we'll keep wrapping this cloak around. Yeah, this is really fun. We've got this kind of element that's coming across the top of the shoulders. 600 layers of white. And it's mostly like the gold trim in there. We need a bit of blue here. So that's the inside of the cloak. Already liking this guy. These are going to be fun to paint. Cool. Let me just. I'm gonna look at the. Yeah, actually, I can show you guys. Let's look at our class separation. So we're currently painting the guy on the right. So I'm just looking at it, making sure I've got all the layers the right colors. Yes, I have. That's too dark. That looks good. All right. Let's so that's I'll just work some of this blue into the recesses where it's been a bit cheeky. Where my prime hasn't completely kind of gotten in there. All right. So now what we'll do is we'll just mix up a bit of a highlight. I'll just bring some pure McCrag blue. Maybe work it back a little bit. But it's probably pretty good like that. And I'm just layering it on. The other colour's still reasonably wet. Just using the epic sculpt. All the folds. Flat side of the brush. Picking out the raised detail, easy as you like it. Absolutely zero work. This technique. A little bit on this side as well. Boom. Easy blue cloak. Look at that. How good does that look? Is that on 35? Can I get any closer? No, it's as close as I can get for you guys. I'll come in here. There we go. We just got a nice simple blue cloak. Could honestly even do with like a really subtle additional highlight. Hey Tioram, thanks for joining us. Yeah, we're painting some Gondorian lords using the Kings of Men models. Just a really kind of left of field stream, but it's got me excited, that's for sure. So I've got some white scar here. I'm just going to mix the tiniest bit, just shaking the bejesus out of it. Just going to bring the, that's probably too much. Just bringing the tiniest bit of white in, just to lighten off this McCrag, and I'm deliberately making sure I have not a great deal on my brush. I'm just going to do a super fine highlight. Just on some key raised edges. It just helps the cloak read a little bit like the sunlight is hitting those edges. Fuck, man. I haven't painted miniatures in months. My brush control's so good. Yeah, that really helped it read a lot better. It helps having brushes that aren't garbage, like I normally do. Just a little highlight on the different spots, particularly across the top of the shoulders. You want to make sure that stuff's highlighted, because obviously it's getting the most sun. Cool. If we find out that that's sort of a bit too light, we can darken it all back. And we'll probably wash the thing in null oil anyway. Oh, sorry. Thanks, Manny. Where do I need to be? I need to be here. Hands and wrists anchored on the table. Then we'll get it. Okay, so now we have to decide what we want to do for the tabard here. I think we might do like a chromatic kind of black-grey scheme. And then do some kind of goldy detail. Or we could do white detail with black. Ooh, yeah, like Minas Tirith style. Okay, so we've got our Abaddon black here. Let's whack some more of that down. Pop that bad boy over here. And then I'm going to grab my my neutral grey, which is Stonewall grey. My go-to. Give it a good shake. Hey, Mathis. Thanks for joining us. I'm just going to throw a little bit of grey down. I'm going to mix up like a series of blended highlights. Got a really dark grey, so like some lighter greys. Just building up a sexy little gradient of greys. Gonna get this really dark grey and pretty much re-base coat the entire fabric with this, because I don't really want pure black. Doesn't matter if the black stays in the deepest recesses, of course. Works very well for this scheme. Just getting that dark grey over all of the fabric of this sort of tunic. I think I might have like a fun little pop of colour come through for like a third undergarment. That could be quite cool. This is just a really simple way to get some cool greys and blacks. Alright, so I've got grey down all over the place. Then I'm going to grab a lighter tone of grey. And then I'm going to come in and do my layered highlighting, working into the wet layer so that they blend together. This is probably a bit brighter than I would normally do on a first pass highlight, so I'm being fairly subtle with it. But you know, it can just be a lighter grey tabard. I'm kind of just making up the scheme on the fly, so it doesn't matter if something's lighter or darker than I intended. I just roll with it and be like, that's just now the colour of his tabard. Sexy. Look how good that looks. We need the top of this arm to be lighter, because it is, of course, you know, taking the most sunlight. That's looking pretty good. Hey, sweetie pie. There is someone banging on my door. Who could it be? You don't know? I think I know who it is. So I got a lighter grey now. And we're just doing those... Oh, that might be too intense. What I'm going to do is I've got a really light grey now. I'm just going to bring this in on the stitching on the side here to act as like a kind of little accent there. Just as a way of testing how bright it is. Because there's some cool stitching which could do with a little edge highlight, which I quite like. Yeah, I don't think I should highlight the entire thing with that. It's quite light. What I will do is I might highlight these cool straps here. Get them to read some detail. Alright, so that's our kind of base colours down for this guy. Oh, I wanted something kind of coming through on like his trousers, basically. So there's like a layer of fabric in here and underneath. So I think that's where we go to our red scheme. So let's grab some red. Now I want a cool red. So I'm going to use Scarlet Red as my base. These brushes are... Oh, these are the red grass brushes. But I use... You know, I'll try a lot of different brushes, but these have been really good. Synthetics, that's my only qualifier. I only use synthetic brushes. Oh, poor mum's copying it out there. Let's get some. So this is Scarlet Red by Vallejo, so it's a nice cool red as opposed to like bloody red, which you guys have seen me use a lot. Hey, Billy. How we going, dude? Which model is this, Wado? This is the King of Men, one from the set of 4. Old school sculpts by the Perry brothers. So Scarlet Red is going to go down, I think, just neat, because a thin layer of it over black will actually be quite dark. And we just want this to be a little undercolor. Oh no, I got some on my blue. Uno momento, por favor. Oh, I saved it. And now we'll get a thin layer of reds in there. It's just like a third kind of little color, I think. It's like the trousers underneath his tabard. A little bit poking through on the side here as well. Just adds a little bit of extra interest. Oh, I've got a big kind of bare patch there. There we go. Okay, so that's our color blocks done. Obviously we've got face and hair. We'll do all of the face and hair at the very end. So he is holding a scabbard and drawing a sword. So we're looking for some ways to bring extra interest to the model. Bill says, when you finally move to New Zealand, will you finally stop going on about Lord of the Rings? I don't think that's going to be a link that's going to be made. I think it might go the other way. Thanks for tuning in, Watto. Watto's going to rewatch later on while he's painting his Mines of Moria. So we've got a little tabard here. I think I'm going to make that brown just to find a way to get another kind of pop of detail in. So I'll bring some dark flesh tone in. Get that on the palette. Yeah, a bit of brown here will do nice. Just to give us another kind of element kicking about on the model. Yeah, that'd be good. Now we need to decide what to do with all our trim. We've got this big sexy trim on the side. Are we going to make the trim metallic? Are we going to make it sort of like a gold or silver filigree? Or are we going to make it like a white trim? So if we're talking about this trim along the back here, and then there'll also be like little, there's some trim on the shoulders. Here, I'll show you guys the studio image. So we're talking about that guy on the right. So he's got the trim kind of all around the place, really. What are you guys thinking, metallics or white? I'll throw it in the, I'll throw it into, oh, Tartarus Terminators, very nice. Let's have a look. I can make a poll. Gold, silver, or white. So I'll just knock the model off the bench. Let me know what you think. While you guys do that, I'll quickly smash out a highlight for the sword scabbard. I need to just mix in slightly lighter brown. See some khaki. One of the models is designed after Alan Lee. I don't actually have that one. It's a set of 4, and I've got the other 3. Just a couple of small highlights. Just doing straight line work down the sides. Little lines to create some texture. apply some sort of directionality to the material. Alright, looks like... Oh, it's a close split. We have got 35, 35, and 31 between gold and white. Get some more votes in, guys. We need to split that up. We need to split that up. Oh, 36, 36, 29. Gold and silver are close together. No, gold and white are close together. So I've got my white here. Let's get silver ready just so that we know. There's some retributor. That's a new pot. It was an open pot. Now they're even thirds. Geez, you guys are very torn. Well, we can do a mix of each. What's going to work the best with blue? This is quite a cool scheme. So I'm thinking we rule out gold. We'll go white or silver and keep it pretty cool. Gold's just pulled ahead. Well, that's fantastic. Way to confuse everything. Silver, white, or gold. Gold has got a little lead now. We'll leave that up for a sec. This is quite good here. I'll give you guys a little spin. So this is all our cloth, all our fabric layers done. We've got details, hair, and face left. So I'll grab my silver now, just to start doing all the sword details and things. And we're gonna need Canoptic Alloy, which is there. And I think I'd like a base tone as well, but I don't know if I have a working lead belcher. I've got bulk gun metal still. White has pulled ahead. Alright, we're going to go for white. So I'll do the silver detail first. Oh no, I think even my bulk gun metal's dried up now. No! It's a little bit left. Just putting down a little base coat here on our sword. Oh, that sucks. My beautiful bulk metal. You served me well for many years, bulk metal. Good job. Alright, get that silver there. Gold and blue is traditionally regal, that is true. Not that we have to be bound by real world conventions, but a bit of realism does help. Alright, bulk on metal down. Do blue tartan like Lossenark. Yeah, I don't really want to be here all day. I've got a lot to do today. Tartan, far out. Who was it that was doing tartan? Someone recently was sending me photos of tartan. Maybe it was Jacques. Can't remember what he was tartaning though. Alright, just coming with Canoptic Alloy now. This is a real layer highlight, like the vast majority of it is getting the Canoptic Alloy. But every now and then I leave a bit of bolt gun to create some tonal variety. There we go, sweet looking sword. Excuse me. Make sure you do these edges as well, not just the flat surface. A lot of the detail is like tight into the model, of course, because it's these older style sculpts. So sometimes it's hard to find the edge. Alright, there we go. We've got a nice looking sword. That'll get a wash. I'm going to do... Alright, so we've gone for... Our end decision is white has just pulled ahead. So let's grab our white scar. I could regret this, of course. It is only a trim detail, but it could still be a nightmare. So we just want this stripe. Why did I put white as a choice? What is wrong with me? So let's at least get the borders kind of roughed out. I'll throw some white down on the wet palette for starters. And we want to be doing thin layers, because, you know, we're probably going to have to do quite a few, so... Yeah, this is the last time I put white in the options. Oh, so you guys can't see when I'm down this low. Okay, so it's got to be about here. That works for me. Wonder if we're losing all this detail. We'll be able to tone it back nicely. I think I will crisp up this edge. Yeah, that really helps it read. That's good, that's good. Recess wash is going to be key here. And then this kind of folds in underneath another element of blue cloth. Alright, let's try the other side. I think actually layer highlighting it is the way to go. Yeah, that's a much better technique. It is getting a little bit of white on the blue, but I can clean that up. Yeah, you can see the difference in techniques there between the two. You know, this ends up like losing all the recessed detail. This one will be alright with a wash, but it's helping us. Let's get some... It's a really tricky sort of layered bit in the back here. Ugh. Couldn't really layer highlight that. That was tough. Okay, so once all this white is down, alright, that's the white trim done. I might kind of just highlight this trim on the side as well. I think that'll be cool in white. Yeah, that looks good. And we might have like a kind of lighter grey, white set of robes as well. Not robes, sash. So let's get that continuing around. There's also sort of like quite a high bit of sash up the top here. I remember that from the studio job. Okay, so that's our rough kind of thing. Let's start bringing in some washes and see what we can do to save some of those blends. Haha, welcome, A-Wing! I need some Nuln oil. Look at that, first shade I picked. We're gonna give it a good shake, really good shake. 100 people tuning in today just for some painting. Welcome, everybody. So we're gonna Nuln oil the entire cloak with a particular focus on absolutely soaking the white detail. But I want some Nuln oil on the cloak anyway, just to kind of mute it all a bit, as it is a little bit too poppy. It helps, you know, increase depth of the shadows and all that stuff as well. So yeah, I mean, that's helping with the detail. A limited amount. I'm pretty much nulling the whole... I usually null all of my fabrics that are a cooler color, and I agrax the ones that are warmer. It's just sort of really cheap, easy, lazy shadow. This helps mute everything a bit more. Definitely need it on the metallics, obviously. Oh, that's pretty good. I'm just gonna really like do targeted little depositions of shade onto this bit of detail. I might have applied it too thick in spots, but it's looking okay. I think we've sort of saved most of that. Cool, so that is all the fabric and highlights and trims on our first one. All that he needs now is hair, face, and crown. So we might leave him to dry. I'll move on to the fabric of our second one. Alright, what are we doing next? We've done our blue guy. Should we do our primarily red guy? This guy's not wearing a cloak, so he's got like this kind of sleeveless over jacket and then like an inner tunic. So I think we'll do two colors again. We're going to have this inner region here be like one color, and then this outer region be another color. So we could still have one of those colors being black and grey. Maybe the black this time is the inner color and the kind of over top is the outer color. So I tell you what, I'll throw it in the chat and we'll see which colors you guys choose. We'll end this poll and I'll just put up a stream of options. Can I do another poll, or is it not letting me? Thanks, Akazu. See you next time. Hope you enjoyed watching. Let's go brown, black, red, green. What other options could we have? I think that's probably all we really want to choose from. So let's go key colors. And whatever the top two are, I'm going to combine those together. Hey, McGlaw, thanks for tuning in. Did that work? What happened to me poll? That so didn't work. Okay. Hey, there we go. It's up. Alright, so, whatever the top two colors are, jump in and start voting on that one, guys. And we'll have a look. So we've got, well, brown has been utterly neglected, which is good. I'm glad. I didn't like the brown look from the others. It looks like green is pulling in strong. We've got black and red both being key options as well for this guy. So I think if green and red, he'll basically become very Rohan-y. That is one sort of a look we want to avoid too. So it looks like green and black is what you guys are going for. So if I'm thinking about this, what's going to be an interesting kind of color combination? It could be fun to have like a green overcoat so that it's primarily a green model. I think that's what we'll do. Oh, red's made a strong comeback. Well, this could be our red key model. I'll get my greens ready anyway. We'll start with probably Caliban, because we want it to be nice and cool, and then I'll work in maybe a bit of Warflesh. Red has pulled in strong. Oh, they're back tired again. So it's all just a big tease. Hey Charlie, how you going, dude? Charlie Moreno, one of our epic contributors to the Minas Tirith project. He's sent over 2 lengths of standard wall and 2 crenellated battlements with the kind of little foxhole position, the fortified bit. I can't remember what I called that. The extra wing. Green and red would make sense. Hey, they could work for Ale, says Angus. No, they're Lords of Gondor, Angus. Also, good morning to you, good sir. Angus, have you finished moving house yet? Is your computer ready for 7 days? Because if so, we might do Horde Night tonight. We've got, I made a save of the Horde Night, and Emo and I played it last night or night before last in, having the console menu up, like the debug mode, so that we could just like spawn stuff, and we were just standing up the top of the bunker and spawning in like 25 zombie bears at a time, and then 25 mountain lions and watching them fight each other. 'Twas wild. 'Twas wild. Red, white, blue, the colours of the New Zealand flag, says Georgie Costello, the admin of the New Zealand Middle Earth League. Welcome. Alright, so red and black have pulled ahead, so I don't have to worry about my green colours yet, so let's I've still got my cool red on the palette here, so I'll just start slapping that down as my primary colour here on the on this here over jacket sleeveless look. He's high fashion, this Lord of Gondor. Yeah, so Angus, these are Lords of Gondor. So these are just, I'm using the Kings of Gondor models to be a series of just kind of like noblemen who are going to be fighting on the walls. We'll just give them like, you know, not even a captain stat line probably just a little 1-1-1. Or maybe they get to have like 2 attacks or 2 wounds, or, you know, we'll make up some cool little 35-point hero range. Just get a nice even coverage of my red here. Declan says, don't even get started on the New Zealand flag. We couldn't even figure that out. Get my brush back to a nice point. Very nice. Get a bit more scarlet red down on the palette. Desperately need to clear out the nozzle of this red. It's doing the job, just. This is all pretty well coated on that side. There was still an area that needed more, I thought. That's a pretty nice red. Jeez, that went down really nicely. Just layering a bit more solid color over the various highlights. Cool bananas. Alright, so we probably want like a really subtle highlight, but I don't want it to go pink. So I'm going to add just a little bit of grey. We'll see how pink that goes, otherwise I can add a little bit of yellow. But I don't want it to go orange either, so there we go. Just a really tiny, it hasn't gone warm pink, it stayed cool. And this is just a really subtle highlight, just for the very raised sections. Oh, I'm loving this. There are some really nice cloak details on this guy. Seriously, man, the Perry brothers were ridiculous. These models are just incredible. They're so small, and they're just gorgeous, and they're so full of character, and proportions are really good. I'll have to get them on at some point. Coax someone over to say hi. Can't remember where they're based these days. No, part of me says maybe they're in Germany or something, but they could still be in the UK. Alright, that's some gorgeous highlights on the red. That's like finished. I'm not even touching that. That looks fantastic. Now, what have we got as our second color? Our second color is black. So we're going to do another gray scheme. Grab my dark gray, what's left of it, on the underside. Just do a little base coat. And then grab some of my lighter grey. Just do some quick blended highlights on the cloak folds. And then get my dark grey again and base coat the black. Again, fairly sloppy coverage because I don't mind if some of the black comes... Oh, this guy's got really cool cuffs. Oh, he's got really cool cuffs on the sleeves of his shirt. Don't know what we should do there. He's got some really interesting hems, actually. Just working in some little highlights on the raised sections. Wonder if that's even on camera for you guys. Is that on camera? It's blocked with my hand. That was probably a little stronger than I anticipated, but it's fine. That is looking pretty strong. I'm digging that. Okay, we've got some cool detail, some little filigree. Thanks for watching, Dan. What red are you using, says Callum? That is Vallejo Scarlet Red. Yeah, it does sort of match the Black Gate outfit. I think I want to go white again. I really like the... I'll start with a grey this time. Really going to take a lot of it off. Starting with a really nice white, light grey. It's just some gorgeous details. There's these sexy little cuffs. Where are we going to go here? Around the cuffs here. So it looks a bit samey. It looks like the same sort of color as the fabric, but we'll build this up to white. Whereas the other stuff's obviously going to stay that kind of dark grey. We might wash the grey back as well to darken it, to help that contrast as well. There's also some of this awesome filigree showing through the hair. Just tricksy. Okay, so that's our kind of look. That's great. We'll grab a bit of the white now. And we'll layer on the white details. There you go, putting that down over the light grey. It's working a lot better. It's doable, you know, in a couple of quick lazy steps on these raised details, but I could obviously never do this for fabric. White fabric is like an 8 or 9 step process usually. Just getting a little bit more. I'm just going to whack a little bit of water on. Alright, now trying to layer up these cuffs. It's just really important we get the kind of key outline. It's got these interesting little triangle shapes. Making sure they're registering with a highlight so that when I wash it all, they remain and are a really nice definition of the shape. And all the other recessed detail will just pop. So I'm not too worried about that. It's just making sure that the cuffs are coming together. Alright, there we go. See, that's looking sweet. Bit of white detail there. If I got all the stuff around his hair, I think I do. That is pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna grab our null oil now. Oh, actually, I'll quickly do our metals first, so that I can null oil him. Here comes some bulk gun metal down on the sword. Oh, rip. Not much of this left. Yeah, I think we might be calling it on mill, bulk gun metal. Oh no, here we go. There's a bit here. Oh wow, this is like thick. Need some lummy and medium in there, and then a huge belt with the agitators. Yeah, it's too thick. Let's try and thin it out on the palette a little. It's not great to thin metallics with water, but that's a better outcome. That was good. Look at that. Appropriately sized hands. Love it. I haven't listened to the theatrical or audiobook. I'm presuming you mean the radio play, the BBC radio play? Just while I've got this silver out, I'm just going to quickly do this other guy's sword, so that I don't waste the paint that I have on my brush. I can hear Mummy out there packing orders like an absolute legend, so that I've got less to pack when I finish up on the stream. We'll finish this guy's sword off completely. I'll probably end up painting over this, so I'll have to redo it, but I'm pretending I'm efficient. And probably just made double work for myself. Alright, let's get our canoptic alloy out. How's everyone going with their projects? Are you guys painting anything up? Just get this canoptic alloy coming down the edge. Across the crossbar, a little bit of accents there. Cool, null oil time. Are you guys packing my orders? What have you got? Oh, wow. Oh, you even got the door open. Thank you, honey.
Hazel's just providing you with this convenient advertisement opportunity.
Oh, Hazel's brought on some of the Ruined City resin bases and demanded that we advertise them. Excellent work, Hazel. You're well trained.
We'll deal with that later.
It'll be fine. Do you need these back?
No.
Okay. Look at these sexy bases. These are the 50 mils. These guys will look awesome on these for like a little diorama base. These look so good. Oh, they're all blown out. You guys can't even read the detail. Hang on, let me stop down. Is that gonna stop down? Hey, look at that. Look at all that sexy detail. Ooh, little flagstones and bricks and bits of rubble. Yeah, they're very nice. The old 50 mils. Hey babe, you know they're a pack of 2, yeah? Yeah.
There's a few packets here that have none, so that makes sense.
What? What do you mean? Oh, Hazel. Right, okay. I just mean the 50 mils are a pack of 2. I just got loose bases handed, so as long as you know, that's good. I see. I see. Sacrificial lambs are important. Right, so null oil going down over all the metallics, the whites, and the greys. I'm actually gonna... What have you got in your couch? I'll have to have a look after the stream, honeybee.
Come on, you
I know you do, honey. I'm sorry.
How long was
You want to have a look at what I'm painting? Sorry, guys, you don't get him for a second. Look, he's a little man in a red jacket. He looks cool, hey. Do you want to put the Null Oil on? There you go. Bit of Null Oil. Nice work, honey. Alright, this bit of Null Oil here on the collar was done by Hazel, so it was very special Null Oil. Alright, so Null Oil down over all the white detail just to help those recesses pop, especially the cuffs. And then all over the black and grey as well to help get that a bit darker. Oh, thank you, honey. That's our next man to do. So that is...
How was
You were helping me, honey. You did very well.
No, I better put that model on the city.
Yeah, you can't put the bottle on the city right now, honey. I gotta paint him. You head back off to Mummy now. I'll show you after.
And then it's time to come out with Mum.
Banana! Food has been delivered! Oh, or it's been stolen by Hazel and she's gonna eat it for herself. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Alright, so, red guy done, blue guy done. Where's our camera? These guys just need their faces done, faces and hair, but that's our scheme. So, I think that leaves us with a little bit of green left. Is that what we're thinking, people? I love the white trim. This is so cool. It's like key color, white trim. It's very Minas Tirith. Let's go... Geez, a green jacket is very green on this guy. He's got a lot of fabric. Let's have a quick look at the reference model for this guy. So we're painting the guy on the left now. I'm going to look inside Chrome so I can see it bigger than you guys can. So yeah, we've got an inner layer and then a massive outer cloak. And the kind of balloony arms. Thank you very much. I think the balloony arms are actually... You guys can't see the balloony arms in that image. Balloony arms. What are they called? Pantaloons? I don't know. Insert words. So on the sculpt, there's like these arms at the back, and I don't actually think they're meant to be part of the cloak. So I think the cloak is draped over, and those arms should be the same color as the underneath. So we've got dark green in play, and probably another black-grey kind of chromatic element. Yeah, she's pretty cute, hey. She loves my models. Anyone know when the Imperium magazine is coming to Australia? I haven't heard. Alright. What do we want to be green? I think we'll go with the same theme and do the green over jacket. It's working so well. So we'll grab some Caliban. Hey, Peter. Yeah, I think it is a little bent. It'll be right. So we're going to whack some Caliban green. Alright, Caliban going down. I'm just going to put this on the outer cloak. This is quite... this might even be too bright already. But we'll see. We'll just go from here. We want to... Oh yeah, so this whole front jacket thing, this is all the same as the... It's not really a cloak, it's an over jacket. So all of this is green. Green, green, green. Alright, so just getting this base tone down all over this back portion. That looks like that's pretty covered now. I wonder how my battery's going. I looked in a while. Let's see. 11%. I'm gonna hang on for a little longer. Live life on the edge. And then there's this front portion too, which is quite cool because you get a bit of green like wrapping around the front of the model, coming down off the shoulders. I always get worried about Caliban green. It's always a lot brighter than it is when it dries. Get some green in there too, preferably without getting it on the sword, as we discussed. Oh, there's like a sash, kind of hooded element here too. This would be part of the cloak, so that needs to be green as well. Very nice. There are some cool little trims there as well, which we can put some white on. Yeah, I think that'll be quite nice. Let's get a highlight color going in. It's not easy being green, Saint Kermit of all frogs. I don't think I have moot green, Maddie. I saw your comment, but hey, Marky. Morning, dude. I'm painting kings. Look at these bad boys. Anders joins us. Hey, Anders. Same question, where I'm painting up the Kings of Gondor models, and I'm sort of converting them into like just various lords and noblemen to sort of take part in the city. Let's see if I have moot green. I've got Elysian, Deathworld Forest, Goblin green, lots of contrasts, Warpstone glow. I don't think I have moot green. No moot green. So, it does beg the question how I highlight this green. I think I'm going to go Warpstone Glow, which is like the new version of Catachan green, because it's kind of like that darker green. Green for the floral green city, says Mr. Troglodyte. Alright, let's get a bit of this green here, and I'll just mix it into the Caliban as well, just to soften it a little. So I think straight's gonna be way too bright. Yeah, I'll get a bit more Caliban on the wet palette. Yeah, like the Lords of the Fiefdoms, like the various, you know, like when the Pathgallen Lords and all that sort of stuff come in. Plus, they could just be like noblemen from houses within the city. Alright. Just whacking this down on all of the raised sections. Not waiting for anything to dry, so all the transitions are really subtle. This is sort of like a mid-tone. I'm highlighting fairly broadly because Caliban is so damn dark. It really changes hue as it dries, Caliban. It gets so dark. But that's basically about where we want it anyway. That works quite well. And then I'll just grab some pure Warpstone Glow. What's this called? Catachan. Not Catachan. That's what it used to be. It is called Warflesh. And I'm just going over the very crispest highlights. And I think that'll probably be all it is with this. I quite like it when, you know, I want this dark green to be fairly subtle, because green is a little bit off palette. We've kept it cool, so it works. Cool, alright, that's our greens done. Green's great but tricky. Chose green and yellow for the Cardalin portion of my Arnor army. While I love the look, I'm hugely regretting as it's a real pain. It's really... Trog, yes, good idea, Troglodyte. I should know how to say that word, but anyway. It always trips me up. If you guys want to see a bloody cool Arnor army, go and check out Anders' army on his channel. It's so sick. It's like the whole journey of your like Angmar and Arnor stuff has been really cool. And diving deep into the like different color schemes for the different factional elements, it's very cool. So let's whack down our greys again. I'm gonna need some more to mix some more up, I think. And then it's details and we're done, people. Made good progress today. This is pure black. Why am I mixing this? There we go. Quick mixed some grey. That is definitely lighter than all of our previous grey base coats. But anyway. Yeah, it's definitely too light. Ah, oh, crikey, I did not just do that. Interestingly, he does have some little sleeves here, which would probably be a different color. So I could bring in a third color on this guy, like we did with the other guy. So I'm just overbrushing the crap out of these highlights just to get my gray tone down. Yeah, it's going to end up being quite light. I might actually grab a bit of black and work back in some of the deeper greys. I'm basically like recess hot shading now with a darker grey. I think it was too light at the beginning. Leaving the lighter color on the top. Yep, that'll work. That's better. Cool, let's grab one more highlight. Now, you wouldn't carry a round one. That round shield is only Boromir's traveling shield. He shouldn't even have that shield when he's in like Minas Tirith, I don't think. He should have had like a big sexy kind of kite shield, like Prince of Athelion has. But it is cool seeing Boromir's round shield. Gives him a nice little point of difference. Need that a little darker. Alright, let's get this. This flat cloth on the front is not the easiest to highlight. We got some stuff here. This is better. And then these sleeves are just like insanely easy to highlight. They've got so much depth. All the raised details and stuff. Alright, let's do some white trim. We'll start with pure light grey. I'm going to make this little edge piece a strip of white. It's going to be tricky and I'm going to regret it. Sorry if this angle sucks for you guys for a second. I just don't want to stuff this up and have to redo it. Alright. Nice little bit of white trim hidden in there. Alright, a little bit deeper, I think. Let's push it deeper into the recess. Yeah, that's alright, that worked. Now we got the same on the other side. Oh, sorry, guys, this is just gonna have to suck. It's just this really thin sliver of fabric, which I think is meant to be like a bit of edging to his cloak, but it's like folded over on itself. So I've decided to make that white. So I'm still starting with grey. This bit's easier. Can you guys see that? No. Okay. Cooking with gas. Now that same sash kind of comes up around over the shoulder. And then around the back. And it gets quite large here at the back. So I've got to get a nice even tone here. Again, doing this first with the light grey, because it's a really nice colour with pretty good coverage compared to the garbage white scar, but there's a little tricky piece that sort of slots in behind the sword. There we go. Let's do the belts as well in this grey. Keep breaking that up. Probably need to do a buckle or two. This can get some highlights as well. Whatever this is, this random little collared piece. Okay, that's looking good. So that's all that grey worked. Oh, there's sleeves on the thingies as well. Yep. They got to be done. That will look sick. Yet more sexy white trim. This is a really cool way to like Gondorianify these sculpts. I'm really happy with this whole kind of process. A huge shout out, as always, from Gel Rombouts from Guerrilla Painting Service for these amazing minis that he sent over for us to paint today. He did if you guys aren't aware, you haven't seen the last video, he was one of the contributors who painted up basically a whole Gondor army and Mordor army. It's massive. Over 150 models to a really nice table-ready standard. Would have been a fierce amount of work with the airbrush. God, I hope it was with the airbrush. To bulk out our bodies for the battle. His Instagram is linked in the description, so if you guys want to see some photos of those armies in action, go and check that out. But he also gave me this box of random bits and pieces that were Gondor related, and in them were these 3 Kings of Men. And so I was like, these have got to go up as beautiful lords of the White City. Alright. Let's get a bit of our white now and bring it in over the top of the grey. Just crisp up. And sharpen up that nice highlight. This is going to look very, very cool indeed. I'm on board. Big blocks of colour with easy, subtle highlights. A couple of small details to kind of draw the eye. Boom. Great looking tabletop model. My kind of painting. We've got the sash at the back, of course. Get that white on there. Doesn't matter if it's a little bit dirty, you know, this guy's at war. He's little sash probably wouldn't be at its tip-top condition. Alright. White details done. You know what? We might make his belt white as well. So he needs null oil on basically everything. Woodsy! These are the Lords of Gondor. These are King of Gondor models that we're painting up as some Gondor noblemen who are going to take part in the battle. Do I need... Have I canoptic alloyed this guy's sword? No, I definitely haven't. Let's do that. Bit of sexy edge highlighting. Accent the sides of the blade. Cross brace. Probably make the bases gold in the end. The cross braces. So I'll have to do there. Because they've got these crowns. Cool. Null oil. Null oil everywhere. Null oil all over the grey. That'll give that a bit of definition, not to mention a little bit of darkness, because I think it is too bright. And null oil all over the white to help that recessed detail. On our sword as well. To thank Larissa for getting the Lion King stuck in my head. Just throwing a little bit in the recesses of the cloak as well, just for a little bit of extra definition. Boom! Alright, let's have a look at our three schemes next to each other. I know! Steven says, saw you posted on Insta this week. Yeah, I just neglect Instagram. I just don't do it. So what I'm going to do is put Larissa in charge of it, I think. But yes, I finally posted. First time, I think it might have been nearly 2 years. These are our three schemes. Got our green boy. They're very dark and monochromatic. It might be hard for you guys to see, actually. Is that going to work? What happens when you don't have a key light? So that's my greeny boy. We've got our blue boy. It's definitely not this bright, but this gives you an indication of the toning at least. And then our red boy. So they've all got like that key color of green, blue, or red. Oh, now I should remove the light. That was a rookie error. Foolish light. Behave. I should have put my new light on, not my old one. New one's behind me. No, we're just having a rave here today with my lamp. Alright. So that is our three dudes. All the cloth and most of the detail work is done. They just need their just chill out. Okay, I think we got that back. So they just need hair and face. So we'll jump onto all their skin next, and then we'll smash out their hair. Oh my god, how is it already like 30-something degrees? And it's like, oh, it's 10 now. It was like 28 at 7 AM this morning. Oh, new battery. Alright, and we are back. Okie dokie. So I'm just having a little breakfast snack here. I'm getting in on some of that. Get some of that water in me. So 3 kings. He totally does look like a Templar. KS says good. Now add the pink accent color. Maybe not for Gondor. No, this battle report will be against, well, one of my honeys, Mr. Ryan. Mr. Ryan Trays will be returning for to continue our Minas Tirith in Flames campaign. Should be pretty sweet. Yes, Mr. Ryan Trays. The Hellroll wore pink, only a slight pink. Okay, so let's get this brighter. So these guys need their flesh and their hair. I'm actually going to do their hair first. We're just going to grab some really simple brown. Nothing crazy, it'll just be like a, yeah. Dark brown, light brown, the classic scheme for Lord of the Rings hair. Need some more paint. And then we got to give 3 of these bad boys away. Or 2 of them. What is it? I can't remember. One of them's going to be gel. And we're gonna do a double giveaway today because we've had a couple with no giveaways. So we'll try and make it up a little bit. Get this lovely little brown action going. Man, these hair sculpts are lovely. Really are nice. The hair on these guys. A little bit of brown work. They're all going to be in the prime of their life. Mainly because I can't be bothered painting grey hair. Well, I guess I could do one with grey hair. Get the brown down. This guy's gonna be here. We'll do a bit of brown first, and then I'll dry brush some grey in. How about that? It won't be on this guy actually, because I don't want to. I want a strong separation between the grey-white detail of his cloak and his hair. So this guy can have nice, young, flowing hair. He still has a beard. Yeah, he's still got a beard, so he can have a brown beard and moustache. So who gets to have the grey hair? I think it's going to be this guy. Get a little bit of grey on the brush, and I'll take most of it off. Just do a little dry brush. And put some grey. Put some grey in. Probably should have washed my brush out first. Hey Wade, thanks for joining us, dude. Things are a bit more chill over here on our streaming channel. It's not quite the insanity of main channel, but it's good fun. Alright, just working in these greys now. It's a bit flat on the top detail-wise, but it's not too bad. And then that hair there. There we go. One of them's got grey hair now. I need to do a little dry brush on the other two with my kind of sandy brown. Is that dead? Yeah. What did we use last time? Oh, a little bit of. Oh no, let's not use khaki. Let's get like plague brown or something again. Something real kind of sandy and blondie. Leather brown? Will leather brown work? Ugh, that is not mixing correctly. That needs a good shake. There we go. Hey Josie! We're just painting up some kings today. This is a very thin highlight. Yeah, that's not going to work. That needs to be vortexed back to life. What have we got here? What color are you? Tan. Oh no, you're way too pink. Earth, maybe? Earth could do. They're also watery. They need a good belting with the vortex mixer. Alright, just mixing in a little bit of the brighter brown. Just picking out the lighter hair, the you know, higher strands. It's looking good. I like this little hair tone actually. Got kind of a sandy brown. Normally I do their face first, but I didn't. That's about all the reasons that I have. I was just motivated to paint hair, so I painted hair. That guy needs a little bit of something. Just a really gentle highlight to bring the brown up. Just so it's not pure dark brown. Cool. Alright, so their hair will need a wash, but I'll do that at the end. First, we need to layer in some flesh. So we'll grab Kislev. I don't know how well this is going to work over black. We'll see how we go. I still don't have a vortex. I'll just wait till I get to New Zealand now. I need to do like basically a huge overhaul of everything, because my studio is just a joke. So when we move, be able to get a better space. All right, Kislev flesh going down on all the skin. This is going to look terrible the first time it goes down because it's going over black. That's just part of it. It will get better. Just getting a nice coat on everything, and you know, this will probably take 2 or 3 coats, I'd imagine, just to get it to read. So for that reason, you've got to make sure these coats are thin, because you don't want to just melt all the detail with an inch of paint. Night, Steven. We'll see you next time. Alright. On to our second one. Hands and everything is so nicely sculpted on these models. They look like hands, they're in proportion, they have detail. Pretty remarkable. Just how good they look. Just nice and thin, doesn't matter if the tone isn't there. This is just about building up the base coat. It's true we mustn't forget the neck, if the neck can be seen. The other guys had really long beards, or the other guy had really long beards when they done one. This guy had a bit of neck, so I had to make sure that could be seen. Alright, home stretch now, guys. And then it's giveaway time. So yeah, we're going to give one of these guys is going to become Mr. Gel Rombouts, the incredible donator of these models. And then we're going to... Where's my Kislev? Is that it? No, that's not it. What do I do with the flesh? Is that it? Yeah, that's it. And then we'll assign two of these bad boys, the other two, to Patreons. And we'll do them both this week to make up for the week that we didn't have a giveaway. Got the old Patreon wheel behind me, ready to go. She's all keen to be fired up. Alright, we got a little hand here. What would be the hardest miniature to paint? Oh, I don't know. Gandalf is always fun. Getting well blended whites can be tricky. Hardest miniature to paint. Anyone else in the chat have suggestions? That's tough. No, I haven't used any oils today. Yes, the new Patreons are on there, fear not. Yeah, I always update it before the stream. Had to print out some whole new columns, actually. Alright. Hands done, face done. That's our first coat of skin done. That's the difficult one. Now we can just sort of like overbrush a second coat, whack down a wash, put on a highlight. It all happens a lot faster. So I'll just quickly overbrush these base coats. Alright, he's ready for wash. Just rebuilding that tip, which is working quite nicely. Get a better base coat on this gentleman. He's pretty much ready for wash as well, I think. And then this first guy. He is ready for wash as well. So, skin-wise, with the base coat down, It's time to smash out some Reichland Flesh Shade when we can find it. Where'd you go, Reichland? Reichland Flesh Shade, just to add a bit of warmth. Oh yeah. I hate painting horses. That's true. I haven't tried the Balrog, so I imagine that'd be probably fairly tough. Right, in comes Reichland Flesh Shade to make the skin just look suddenly amazing. And give it all depth and character. Just making sure I don't overdo it, because I don't want to saturate details and things, but we do want definition. Alright. Let's try this fellow here. Get the wash down. It tones them back. Gives them a nice skin tone, as well as shading, recessing, creating that graduation between the highest points and the lowest points on the face. Gives the eyes some life, or like the eye sockets. Remembering to get the guy's neck. This one, who we can see. Brilliant. All the like recesses between the fingers are suddenly visible, and the fingers are reading well. It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. Boom! The faces are looking awesome. They need a highlight, which I'll do later once they're dry. I'll give their hair a little coat with Agrax, although first we should give them their crowns. So I've left these to be gold, I think. Though I reckon silver would look good. But we'll go gold. We haven't done any gold. Oh, dude, Gwar here, man. My mate Jacques did this amazing Gwar here. Where he, like, hand-painted every feather. Makes me, like, die inside just looking at it. It's so beautiful, but wow, it would have been a lot of work. So I'm whacking down a little bit of gold on the swords, just to give them a bit of detail. As well as putting down some retributor armor on the crown. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm digging the golden crown look. Definitely like the gold on the swords. Helps them get that little extra pop of finery. This guy's got some little buttons. I'll make those gold for fun. Give him a little golden belt buckle. Someone else had a belt buckle, didn't they? I think it was this guy. A little gold on the buckle. Maybe some golden details on his scabbard as well. Yeah, I'm just not digging the gold crown. I think I'm going to go with my gut and go back to silver on the crown. Or maybe we go with, like, silver as the main element and then some of the key details get done in in gold, or we go with a silver but we wash it with like Seraphim Sepia. Yeah, I'm definitely digging the silver crown look more. I'm gonna turn this crown back to a more silver vibe. I'll leave some of the gold there, but yeah, digging that look a lot more. And then we'll get a little bit of silver on my other crown. And then one more wash and these bad boys are finished. And it's giveaway time. Across the top as well, because the crown isn't just a flat detail. Alright, let's get some wash going. I think I'm going to do Gnome. I was going to do Agrax, but I'll just do Gnome. So this is just for the crown and the hair if it's needed. Which in this instance, on this guy, I think it is. Loving that. A little bit of crownage. Get that silver looking nice. Dude, these models are so cool. I love them. And this is where it is, the Nuln Oil is desperately needed. The grey hair. Help tone that back. Boom! Shakalaka. 3 Lords of Gondor, boys and girls. Let's do some nice close-up action. Contestant number 1. His face isn't finished, but we'll do that later because it takes ages for the face wash to dry. He's got his lovely green, his white details, little hair and face and all that bizzo. Then we've got our red guy. Again, his face isn't finished. Red with the grey, with the white details. I like that look too. That's a good look. Arnold Elliott says, geez, Lockie, geez Louise, Lockie, I have your channel subscribed, but didn't realize I didn't have the bell selected. And so he missed out on the notification. Yeah, remember guys, this channel is just the live streaming channel, so it's not going to spam you with notifications. It's literally just, you'll get a notification when I go live here. So definitely, oh crikey, Muxa says, our mountain is on fire, gotta go and help, see ya. Guessing that there's a volcano going off at the moment, isn't there? I think so. Oh, best of luck there. Hope that's all safe and all happy. Yes, so you'll only get notifications from the live, going live here. So if you're going to hit the bell anywhere, and if you're going to subscribe anywhere, subscribe here. Because being subscribed to the main channel will not make you get notifications for this. So, I am going to point the camera at the room behind me. Oh, you know what? We can just do this live. Prepare for the curtain to be shattered. The illusion of professionalism. Mess! Alright, what do we got here? Welcome to the desk. The desk of madness. There's just stuff dumped here everywhere at the moment. There's a drink bottle, my priming cans. It is time to give these bad boys away. So we've got 3 kings. One of these kings is going to go to our lovely Gel Rombouts. That's my phone vibrating. Gel Rombouts from Guerrilla Painting Service, who donated these awesome Kings of Men and painted up a whole horde of Gondorians. It's gonna be amazing seeing all this full army on the table. And now we have some noblemen. Some noblemen ready to join them. So, which one should we give to Gel? Let's make Gel. I think Gel can be Mr. This is a tough choice. Let's make him Mr. Blue. So Gel Rombaus is going to be Lord Blue of House Blue. So we've got our green and black and our red and black to give away to some Patreons today. So, let me grab our Patreon giveaway wheel. So what we're going to do is do a big old spin. We're going to come up with one of the pie sections. I'll read out the names of the possible winners and then we'll do a dice roll, just like we always do. For those of you who are new here, these giveaways, they basically get one Patreon from the wheel assigned to these models, and then they become the official sponsor. They get to follow that model's journey through the campaign here on the live stream series, watch them in battle reports, take control of them if they watch live. The individual models get named after them and they get special rules and kind of grow on a narrative arc. It is pretty wild stuff. So, for Mr. Red, oh, I need to get my dice. You should, yeah. Arnold says, desk of unending masterly creation activity. Yeah, you should see that side of the room. There's a reason I panned this way. Over there it is a bomb site. Alright, so this is for Mr. Red. That was a big spin. Alright, we are in bay number 6. Our potential winners are Zeke Lee, Jazzy Payne, Kiaran Voice, Brendan Lyon, Bruno Altavilla, Tom Wilkie, Stuart McIlwain, Winand, Liam Visman, Nick Evans, Iberamus, and Tristan Hemsley. I don't know why I'm down here so low. Let me do a little pan. Alright, let's do a big roll, big dice roll. Can you guys see the table there? Yep. It is a 10, number 10. I'm pretty sure we've got 10 people here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll just double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mr. Nick Evans. It is Lord Nick Evans of House Red. You are now the sponsor of our first Lord of Gondor. Let's jump into our second. This is for House Green. Nick Evans, well done. Congratulations. Let's see who gets our second Lord of Gondor. Oh yes, Matthias says, I spot a sexy wall of Minas Tirith there. So we are into bay number 5. We have Sven Desmet, Tristan Goodwin, Murray, Rob Fraser, Carivium, Nevada Drew, Dewan G. Fleck, Ndurbilger, Stephen Mulqueen, Matthew Pearson, George Harold, and Dave Fredericks. Let's do a big old dice roll and see who is scoring today. It is 18. We'll need a reroll for that. We don't have 18 people there. It is... That's an 8. Couldn't tell if it was a 3 for a second then. Sorry, number 3. So we want number 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So our winner is, and this Patreon does have a real name. I know what it is on his Patreon account, but his Patreon name still on the wheel is Ndubajulur. So, Niddrbigr. It means something that I can't say. You are now in charge of, you are Lord of House Green. So we've got our 2 little Lords of Men here. They're noble houses of Gondor, Nick Evans and Ndulbajur. And we also have, of course, Lord Gel of House Rombouts. Or maybe of House Guerrilla Painting Service. For a huge thank you to Gel for shooting us over these absolute ripper models. He sent over a whole bunch from the Minas Tirith project. If you want to see more amazing Gondor models, go and check out his Instagram. It's linked in the description of this video because he is an absolute legend for shooting them over. So thank you so much for joining us on our first stream of 2022. Just a chill painting stream today. We had a whole bunch of people hanging out, which was awesome. And we are going to dive into, we'll do some battle reports. Yeah, I think we might do a Gondor battle report next week, or maybe we'll finally do the Dol Guldur one with Sam and the Orcs. We'll see, we'll do something. We'll play a game of some description. It should be good fun. I'm going to go pack some orders, assemble a Baneblade, and have some Skype phone calls. It's going to be good fun for me today, so I'm going to go and dive into that. And then it's off to paint Minas Tirith for the rest of the week. So, I shall see you guys on the main channel. I should have another video out maybe in 2 weeks' time. We'll see how we go. It should be a battle report coming out next. So I've got to get the city painted for that. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I shall see you guys. In the next stream right here on Zorpazorp Streams and on the main channel as well. See you later.